This is the Comedy Kiosk, podcast by Monday and Munoz. Please welcome Monday and Munoz.
Welcome to the Comedy Kiosk, a podcast in which we discuss news, opinions, and ideas about comedy. I'm David Munoz.
And my name is Igor Monday.
And today we are going to look at which famous comedians would laugh at your jokes. A quiz online at zoo.com. All right, because we're not going to discuss the news, ideas, and opinions and all that.
Famous website, zoo.com.
Yeah.
This is not what I would expect from zoo.com. I think I would think it's a website that enlists maybe some animals or like shows me where the nearest zoo is.
I thought it was a zoological scatology sort of thing.
Yeah,
whatever.
but apparently it's a quiz website.
Yeah.
Is it? Or is this is just the only quiz on this website?
Yep, who'd have thunk it?
I don't know. Let's see.
Right.
And the quiz is, which famous comedian would laugh at your jokes? And this is a very good question because even the comedians that are not famous don't laugh at my jokes. So let's see which famous one would do it.
Okay, so we're going to find out. So it's asking questions. Let's start with number one, all right?
And we will also link this quiz below the podcast so you can do it together with us. Simultaneously follow us step by step through this whole quiz.
All right.
So let's go through it question by question. Let's go, Dave.
So pause it and go to the link, open it up, and we'll wait for you until you come back.
And you're back.
Okay, that's great. So, which word best describes your sense of humor? What are the options, Igor?
So it says goofy, raunchy, dry, or dark. Oof. I would say goofy. I would say my humor is goofy. Is my humor goofy?
Yeah, I think you do. Yeah, I think you go with kind of goofy.
I was just
me.
I didn't really think that. I just wanted to see what you will say, but now I feel a little bit insulted. That's okay.
I don't know whether it's raunchy or goofy. I think goofy as well.
I would go goofy as well.
I think we're both goofy in that one.
We are goofy.
Okay, let's scroll down to the next question.
Next question says, how much of a feminist are you?
Oh,
Lord. You might be surprised how supportive of feminism I am, but this is kind of, because you might be surprised.
Yeah.
It means that you think I'm not, but I might be. Not at all. I wouldn't go that far, or I'm a total feminist. I'll go with the first one. You might be surprised.
yeah, actually, yeah, I think so. I don't know, I think people know I'm a feminist, sort of thing.
I know.
Yeah, so I think for me, number 4.
Okay, you're a total feminist.
Yeah. Okay, how regularly do you swear in your comedy? So is it pretty regularly? Is it once in a while, just when it's appropriate? Hardly ever. I mean, you really got to push it. It's got to be an absolute slip. Or all the fucking time, you fucking bastard.
Actually, I don't have the feeling of, I think it's maybe once in a while, like I use some swear words, but only when they are needed to enhance some punchline or setup. I'm not one of those like potty-mouthed comics.
I wouldn't say I'm a potty mouth, but I do think I do it a bit, actually. I think it's in there, and I'm trying to consciously like lower it.
I think it's in your bits where it requires it. Then
Well,
to be
where
like
I'm
the
frustrated.
sexual fantasies and stuff like this. You can't do that without naming some genitalia and stuff like this. But
No, but I mean swearing as in saying the F word, dropping it, or calling someone.
I wouldn't say you're.
It's once in a while.
Yeah. All right. Oh my God, the next question. How whiny is your voice?
Ooh.
How whiny is your voice? There are moments of whining. I have a very whiny voice. Oh my God, this is a nightmare for a non-native speaker like me. A very whiny voice. I guess you could call it whiny. I definitely complain a lot. Or I'm not whiny at all. By voice, I think they mean not the tone of voice, but like the style of comedy.
Yeah.
So, are you like
I don't think I'm a whiny
rant comic?
But I am a little bit like the old age one and things. But
I would say there are moments.
Yeah,
there are moments.
I guess you could call it whiny. I definitely complain a lot.
Not a lot, but there are moments. I would say, yeah.
Oh, hang on. Which one would I go for? There are moments. Yeah, damn it. We're going to end up with the same comedian. This is boring.
Not necessarily, but also we are both hilarious, so that comedian better laugh at us.
Oh, yeah. Which fashion statement best fits your style? Khakis and a dress shirt, red leather, jeans and a t-shirt, business casual. Ooh, it's either 1 or 4. I'm going to go with 1.
Khakis and a dress shirt.
I'm literally kind of wearing that right now
at the moment, and that's your uniform.
Yeah, that is my uniform at the moment. Although I would like to go towards the business casual. Sometimes it's jeans and a t-shirt. But,
yeah. During summer, you can also be business
Yeah.
casual. I've seen you in like blazers and kind of nice button-up shirts.
Yeah. Red leather, no, I'm not like audacious. I'm not like Eddie Murphy, like, doing his specials. I'm not like Delirium or Raw where he's wearing the red or the
You
black
think
leather.
that's what they were going?
Yeah, I think red leather. The first person I thought was, Eddie Murphy during, I think, Delirious.
Because I imagine someone like Eliza or someone like this, like a modern female comic who dresses in like provocative leather and stuff like this.
Oh.
But I would still go with jeans and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's not really my...
Yeah, I think
My-
that is close to you, though. Like
my-
a hoodie sometimes. I've seen you in a hoodie and
My
stuff.
uniform is just pants and a
It's clothes.
yeah.
Your
I
uniform is clothes.
I mostly come dressed,
Yeah.
mostly. And I mostly
we
come-
appreciate
I
that,
mostly
by the
come
way.
dressed is also how I describe my sex life.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say pants and a checkered shirt
Yeah.
is basically my uniform. But I'll go with jeans and a t-shirt.
Yeah, neat grunge. All right, so how much are you trying to shock your audience? Ooh, I'm constantly trying to throw them a curveball. Or, my shocks are generally sweet and gentle. Or, shock isn't really the right word. What the hell is it? Molestation? Or the last one, I definitely want to catch them off guard. For sure.
Again, I still very much remember your story about the exercise shocking thing during the like,
you mean-
sexual fantasy thing.
Oh, the
I
vagina
would say
shocking
you
thing, yeah.
shock your audience quite a lot.
I'm constantly trying to throw them a curve. Well, yeah. Also the prostate bit and Richard, the story of Richard.
I think you could go with shock isn't really the right word. It's more sexual assault. Okay, I'll go
Maybe
with,
it wasn't goofy. Maybe it was raunchy at the top, actually.
yeah. And
Yeah.
well, too late now. I would go with my shocks are generally sweet and gentle.
Yeah, I would say shock isn't really the right word because it's not quite shock, but
it's a
there are
twist.
elements. Yeah,
It's a twist.
yeah. Because of the uncle or the avuncular sort of nature to me, it does seem a little bit like out of nowhere. Okay, your turn.
All right, so the next one says, how close to the edge do you push what is appropriate? I stay pretty conservative. I generally stay far from the edge, says the first answer. The second one, I like to play with the edge once in a while. I like to play with the edge.
I'm sometimes into edging. Sometimes
Yeah.
I'm into edging.
Yeah. I tend to stay pretty far away from that place, or I cross that border on a regular basis. It's kind of my thing. Well, I would say I like to play with the edge once in a while. Like I would have
Yeah.
a saucy little joke
Yeah.
here and there, but it's not my constant style or state of mind.
Yeah, no, I like playing with the edge sometimes, but I wouldn't say I do it on a regular basis, but I like playing with the edge. I like to fiddle with it a little bit.
Play with the edge, man. That's fine. We again, from your jokes, I know I like to play with the edge.
Yeah,
Put something in there, shock it a bit.
yeah. Roll
Alright.
it in some egg whites and flour and stuff. But anyway, which comedy movie do you like the most? Is it Pootie Tang? Love it. Blazing Saddles. Damn, that's good. Coming to America. Oh, that's another good one. Mean Girls. It's got its moments.
Well, I've seen 3 out of 4, but I think no matter even if it was 50 movies on this list, there is only one answer for me, and that's Coming to America.
Really? Interesting.
Yes.
For me, it's a toss-up between Pootie Tang and Blazing Saddles. It is actually tough.
I think it's the generation gap.
Yeah,
because
maybe.
those are a bit older, and Coming to America was super huge when I was just a kid growing up. So I love it. It's just nostalgia is getting the better of me.
And if I believe Pootie Tang was actually kind of written by Louis C.K. or something like that.
I'm
interesting.
not aware of the
Blazing
the credits.
Saddles, Mel Brooks, like that is
That's
like
totally you.
Oh,
You have
that's
to choose
terrible.
that. It's just you. I'm not.
But Pootie Tang, I love Pootie Tang as
I don't
well
care.
because I love
I
the
don't care.
satire behind it and the way
I
he
don't care.
plays with
Choose-
stereotypes in general.
Choose.
Damn it! You're forcing me my choice. You're telling me my choice.
I'm telling you your choice because I don't know how many times have we talked about like comedy preferences, stuff you enjoy and so on. And Mel Brooks was always up there.
Yeah, fair enough.
You gotta go Mel Brooks.
But
All
then
right.
I did say my role model was Louis C.K. in the previous quiz that we did, so that
you're-
would have been Pootie Tang.
But you're not even sure that he wrote this, so you know.
No, actually, I'm pretty sure he
All right
did. I
then, if
remember
you're
some-
sure.
No, but okay, I'll go with Blazing Saddles. It's a classic, but I do like Pootie Tang. Now,
All right, which comedy TV show do you like the most? Saturday Night Live, Seinfeld, Friends, or Arrested Development?
Ooh.
Well, again, very easy for me. A little bit maybe a little bit of a surprise, but I'm going for Friends.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, actually, I thought you were going to go with Arrested Development.
Never really enjoyed it that much.
Really?
I've seen it. I liked it, but I can't say it's in my even top 10 sitcoms or
Yeah.
whatever. Seinfeld is really great, but it's also very kind of 90s New York, nothing kind of series. Friends I can rewatch tomorrow and I'll enjoy it the same as I did in my childhood. So again,
That's true. I like Arrested Development, but to be honest, I've never finished it. It gets to a point where I've just had enough of that style of humor. But I think it's very good. And Saturday Night Live, I have a problem with this because I think sometimes it can be great, and there are times where it just dies, it bombs. Like it's a very hit and miss. That's my problem with Saturday Night Live. But actually, I'm going to go with it because I kind of like that. You never know. Like, you're going to watch a bit and you can kind of go, and it can die, and then the next one is absolutely brilliant. And you're just like, holy shit, like, that was great. And yeah, so I'm going to go Saturday Night Live. It's trying. It's doing stuff. All right, which stand-up comedy special is your favorite? Is it Carlin at Carnegie? Is it Live on the Sunset Strip? Is it Shameless? Or is it Delirious? Christ.
all right. So Carlin at Carnegie, that's George Carlin.
Yeah.
Delirious is
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. Shameless.
No, don't remember. I know the name. I've heard of the special Shameless, but I don't know. I can do a quick search.
Do a quick search just so we know who we're talking about. And also Live on the Sunset Strip.
Yeah.
That sounds like an 80s special, but I have no idea.
Is that Pryor? Is that Pryor?
It could be. Okay, I'll check that one.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, it's Richard Pryor from 1982.
That's what I thought. Shameless comedy special. Louis C.K. special.
That sounds about right.
Yes. His first full-length comedy special.
All right, so I'll be 100% honest. I haven't seen either of these, and I've talked about this before. I don't want to get crucified by the hardcore stand-up comedy fans, but kind of 80s, 90s American stand-up is really not my cup of tea. Mm-hmm. So I've seen bits from Delirious, and I'll choose that only because I've seen bits of it. The rest, I have no idea even what they are. So that's... Sorry, guys.
Yeah, this is going to be tough because really the only one that I've actually... Because Carlin, I know he's got some great bits, but I've never actually watched Carlin at Carnegie or Carnegie, however you want to pronounce it. And Live on the Sunset Strip, I haven't seen that prior. I saw another prior special. Shameless, I haven't seen it either. I mean, but I generally like their bits, so it's almost like choose your comedian, but I don't know. The one I have seen is Delirious, and I loved the way... Actually, no, yeah, I'm going to go with Delirious. Because I love the way that Eddie does his, life story sort of stuff, being a kid and the burgers and all that stuff, and whatever, or whichever special that one's from. Okay.
All right, so the next one says, do you laugh at your own jokes? It happens, but it's rare. I laugh at my jokes all the time. It's pretty common for me to crack myself up, or I never laugh at my own stuff. Well, when I'm thinking of my jokes and when I'm like creating my jokes and stuff, if I would now tell my joke, I wouldn't laugh at my own joke.
Yeah.
But sometimes on stage, I catch myself, smiling and laughing at my little punchlines because I'm like, yeah, that was good. So I would say it happens, but it's rare. And I definitely don't like crack myself up. I
do. I'm cracking myself up. There are times like I'm on the balcony, I'm coming up with a bit, I'll think of something, and then I just start laughing, and then I run in and I tell my wife, and I'm like, and then she looks at me and goes,
divorce.
That works.
No, she's saying divorce. You confuse it with that works. She's saying divorce.
Oh, God, good thing I ignore her. Otherwise, I would have ended a long time ago.
Next one.
Even before we were married. How likely are you to go off on multiple tangents?
Oh, can I choose this one for you? Can I please choose this one for you?
Fine. Number one, I can change direction so fast it will make you nauseous. You're already nodding. Okay. I'm all over the place. Ooh, okay. 3, I tend to stay on topic pretty well. And I will have a few tangents in a show. Oh, is this during a show?
Yeah.
Or is this in everyday life?
No, I think this is while performing.
Well, I stick to a bit.
Bits.
I stick to my bits. My tangents are generally planned. Like, I don't... Like, even... My whole point of that tangent in the Richard story where I talk about the penguins.
How come you plan a 15-minute set and end up doing a 40-minute set then if you don't do any tangents? Explain yourself.
I think it's more about the construction of the sentences.
You have to publicly confess.
And pausing.
I would say I will have a few tangents.
Yeah.
Like, I might go and talk to the audience member. I might add a little tag or something I've just come up with or whatever, but just a few.
Yeah. Actually, I would say I tend to stay on topic pretty well.
Go for it then.
Yeah, when I stay...
Fine. It's up to you, man.
Yeah.
This is not a truth test.
I can change.
You're not wired to...
But in a general conversation with somebody, yeah, I can change direction so fast that you'll be like, what the fuck? Where did we go?
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I basically...
And then I consciously sometimes incorporate that in my show.
How we started this podcast is I just asked David, how was your day? And here we are. Right.
Oh, by the way, yeah, pretty good. Thought I'd finally answer that question.
All right, thanks. All right, the next one says, which current late-night talk show host do you like the most? Jimmy Fallon, Trevor Noah, Stephen Colbert, or Conan O'Brien?
O'Brien. Yeah, I think they've actually misspelled that.
I don't know, but he's just known as Conan. That's his brand, Conan. And he stepped down a few months ago.
Coco. For his production company.
Yeah.
Coco.
Oof. I don't know. Hard one. I would say Conan because he's pretty funny. Like I like his interviews. I like his kind of bit sketches that he does. Fallon has a great production team, and his games and stuff he plays on the show are pretty good.
Yeah, but he really gets the interaction with the celebrity or whoever the guest is.
Yeah, the things they do is quite fun, and it's always like interesting to watch. But his interviews and just his behavior, laughing like a maniac at anything anyone says, just doesn't sit well with me. Right. Trevor Noah, too political, I would say, for me, a little bit.
I wouldn't put him in as a talk show host. He's not a talk show host. He's in the vein of John Oliver and stuff.
It's a late night show.
Yeah, but it's a late night show, but it's not a talk show host.
He has guests though, doesn't he?
No, not really. Not in the way that the other three do. So I completely disagree with that. I would put Graham Norton there.
Or
they should have put Graham Norton.
James Corden.
Or James Corden. Exactly. That would have been it. Trevor Noah, this quiz is stupid.
Well, choose
Zoo, fucked up, all right? No, Zoo, this is unacceptable. You screwed the pooch. That's it. I don't know if we should even continue with this quiz.
Just choose any.
Brilliant. Oh, God. Okay, so, like you, I love Conan. It's either between Stephen or Conan. I have been watching pretty much Stephen every single day now during lunch. I watch his show. Because it's very entertaining.
Choose him.
But Conan, I loved his innovativeness and I loved his off the cuff and the way he did his skits and
I hope there's a question. Can you make choices?
No. Maybe. I don't know.
Fair enough.
Okay, I'm going to go with Stephen Colbert right now, just for the moment, but it used to be Conan.
All right.
Which network best fits your comedy style? Is it HBO, PBS, Comedy Central, or NBC?
Right, so HBO does did back in the day, especially a lot of comedy
Netflix
specials.
Is not here. Like, come on, where's your Netflix?
It's not a network, I guess. It's a
PBS.
online
What's
streaming
PBS?
platform.
I mean, it's like a public broadcasting service, but
what was on PBS, I have no idea.
Oh,
NBC...
I think that's like local sort of. It's that. What's it called? Basically, it'd be like low level, like rough stuff.
No idea. NBC is where all the like kind of sitcoms and stuff aired. I guess Parks and Rec and The Office and so on. If I'm not mistaken. Comedy Central, of course, many comedy specials, but also South Park and stuff like this.
Yeah.
Oh, I would say
HBO for me.
I think as well, because it's that kind of, again, broad audience, big budget, show it to everyone kind of comedy that I do.
Yeah.
So, because Comedy Central, I would presume it's more like it's raunchier, it's more like
Oh, actually, maybe I would go with Comedy Central then.
I
want to go with HBO.
I would even maybe put you on NBC.
Mm.
But anyways, because you are like a sitcom character in real life. But I'm going with HBO.
Yeah, this is actually a tough one for me. Yeah, let's go with HBO. Which high school clique best fits you? Jocks, cool kids, nerds, emo goth.
Pick nerds. Let's go. Next one. Next question.
Oh, also emo goth would have fit me, but I wasn't committed enough. All right, next one.
How would you describe your laugh? Snorting, embarrassing, ironic, unusual.
That's not unusual.
I don't know. I would go with ironic.
Yeah, for you, yeah. For me, I don't know. What the fuck is ironic? Yeah, but that's not me. I guess snorting? But no, because that's a real into it. I'm more like a,
A chuckle.
I'm a chuckle. Where the hell's a chuckle?
Yeah.
All right.
Or an LOL, like a simple LOL.
Okay, let's go with ironic, because apparently that's where it all freaking goes. Okay, do you tell more one-liners or long stories?
let's answer each other's
Yeah.
here.
I don't really do one-liners, but I keep my story short and to the point. I mix it up between both. My stories tend to go on for a while. I'm all about the one-liners, baby.
All right, I'm going with I mix it up between both. And
Yeah, that's you.
We all know what you need to choose, because if you don't, I'll be very disappointed.
Well, see, this reminds me of this time, right? Where I was...
Just choose it and
Yeah.
let's move on. We
Fine.
all know.
Fine. Yeah, okay, all right. I go for a bit.
Is your material more mundane or exceptional? I like to start with mundane and then throw crazy at you out of nowhere. I like to point out the exceptional and bizarre stuff. I focus completely on the mundane, or I guess there are moments of both in my material. I would say I like to point out the exceptional, because I think many of my bits are like situations and stories and moments where I was like, wait, what? Like, this happened?
Yeah.
Listen, this happened. I would say that yours is maybe like you start with mundane and
Yeah.
it turns into some crazy shit, because it's just like, I was at a bar. I don't know, my girlfriend asked me to do some sex stuff. What's the deal with cats? And then it's just, you know.
And then by
escalates.
the end of it, there you are having
A dog is fucking a cat. You
and
are
there's-
opening an
and
umbrella.
we're on a couch and
Mary Poppins is dropping by on your balcony.
yeah, she's using the umbrella in unforgiving ways. Yes.
I'd forgive her. Right.
Okay. Well, that was a quick one for once. How anxious do you make the censors? The censors will have a relaxing day with me. Yes, might as well go out for coffee. 2, they are going to be highly active, but they'll see it all coming. 3, they have to stay alert, but there won't be much activity. And lastly, I make censors incredibly nervous. You never know where I'm going next.
I think the censors will have a relaxing day with me. I don't do any kind of taboo topics. I don't swear a lot. I'm pretty...
The last
I'm a
two...
clean act.
Yeah, the last 2, it's either they have to stay alert, but there won't be much activity. So, like, they'll be like, just in case. Oh, that part. Or I make censors incredibly nervous. You never know where I'm going next. Ooh, like you said, the mundane going into the...
Yeah, I think you would keep them on their toes. You wouldn't give them a lot of work at the end, like to cut out a bunch of stuff, but they would have to attentively listen to it.
Stay alert, but there won't be much activity.
All right. How well would you deal with a heckler? I'm legendary at destroying hecklers. I'd handle it all right, but it would definitely get me fired up. It didn't used to throw me off, but it probably would now.
Why would you get worse at it? That's what that's implying.
I don't know. Or it would bum me out, but I'd probably have some funny stuff in response. I would say I'm legendary at destroying hecklers. I know I haven't had that many encounters, so I'd handle it all right, probably.
I would say either...
But it wouldn't fire me up, though. I would deal with it and then move on to do my set peacefully.
It's either the second or the fourth one for me. I just don't know if I'd get fired up or if it would bum me out.
I'll go with the second one and move forward.
I'm going to go with the second.
All right, next one.
How much touring would you like to do? 1, I'd prefer to stick close to home. 2, I'm up for a little bit of traveling. 3, I'm up for a good mix between traveling and staying home. And 5, I'm up to go anywhere, baby. Anywhere you take me. Ooh, yeah.
I would mix traveling and staying home, especially at my age and stuff. You know, I'd like to have a base, but also occasionally every few months go on a tour to some other cities, some other venues. So I'll go with that.
Yeah. I'm actually going to go with I'm up for a little bit of traveling. I wouldn't mind. I'm up for a little bit of traveling, but not constant, yeah. All right, next.
All right, so it says, which venue fits your style the best? 30 Rockefeller Plaza, the Beacon Theater, the Comedy Cellar, or Madison Square Garden? So I would say fancy. How would you describe the Beacon Theater?
I have no freaking idea what the hell. I mean, 30 Rockefeller Plaza, I'm guessing, that's 30 Rock. So that's like NBC, all those sort of things. And they have like, the Rockettes and stuff. So it's kind of a bit more showmanship, gallery sort of style.
Yeah.
The Comedy Cellar is your
Straight up
underground,
basement,
yeah, like
venue.
proper comedy, but gritty. And this is where a lot of the big performers perform, especially when they're working on stuff for their specials. This is where they come. Madison Square Garden, you're talking like theater sort of stuff, stadium. Like, that's Chris
stadium.
Rock, like, in front of a whole crowd of people.
That's Kevin Hart selling it out
Kevin Hart.
3 days in a row.
Yeah, Louis C.K. at his prime.
I would say that the Beacon Theater is probably just a theater.
Yeah.
So I think I would go for a theater.
I'm I don't know from theater or Rockefeller.
I don't think I'm a big stadium act, but I also Comedy Cellar is just what we do. Like we basically run a comedy club in a basement,
Yeah.
so that's where I am constantly. So I would go for a theater. I think I'm a theater act.
Yeah, I see. This is where I'm tough because it's theater or it's Rockefeller. I think Rockefeller I could do the glitzy and glammy because I think I'm a bit theatrical. So I'm gonna go with 30 Rock.
All right. Yeah, I think it would work for you.
Yeah. Okay. Which generation is your comedy most appealing to? Baby boomers, Generation X, millennials, or Gen Z?
So we're talking people in their 60s, people in their 40s, people in their 30s, or people in their 20s or teens.
See, I wish I could do multiple here because I could do X and millennials, I think.
I would say millennials. Like
Yeah.
I'm relatable to people of my age mostly, I guess, because I talk about that kind of stuff.
Because I'm actually born at that cusp between X and millennials.
I would say you're good with the younger crowd as well.
Yeah,
They love you.
millennials. Yeah.
So
I'm like the fun, slightly older guy. All right.
So the next one is, what time slot is your comedy show most likely going to be on? After midnight. Somewhere around,
Losers!
or like a very late night show,
Yeah.
kind of a very, you need to be drunk for this.
Yeah.
Somewhere around 10 p.m., prime time, or just after the news. I go prime time. I'm a prime time comic, baby.
10 p.m. or after midnight for me.
Oh,
I don't
wow,
think
you're
10
going
10
deep,
p.m.
deep into the night.
Yeah, I think
All
I'm
right.
a 10 p.m. guy.
Next one.
All right. Which parental rating would be given to your comedy special? PG, R, G, or NC-17?
So we have like completely clean. R is
That's
like
G. PG is parental guidance. That's teenagers. NC-17 is like upper teen, like just into adulthood, young adults. And R is like, oh yeah, you're.
yeah, R is like no censorship, no nothing.
Yeah.
That's just. I go PG.
Yeah, I'd say NC-17 for me.
All right. Oh, interesting one. Which famous deceased comedian is most like you? George Carlin, Johnny Carson, Robin Williams, or Lucille Ball? Ooh, I'll go with Robin Williams, I think. Well, not really. I don't do voices and characters and
Yeah.
stuff. Interesting. George Carlin? No, not really. Johnny Carson? None of them are like me.
Talk show host Johnny Carson. Actually, I would put you more closer to Johnny Carson.
I'll go with Carlin then.
You're closer to Carson. I'll go with Carlin. All right, fine, fair enough. For me, I think Robin Williams probably actually. I don't know Lucille Ball. What was her style? Wacky?
Not wacky, I think. I think her style was
This is definitely a quiz made for Americans.
definitely.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Americans, but we're
Lucille
just not
Ball,
it.
I just don't know. George Carlin, am I questioning the system? Am I saying what the hell? A little bit, but not excessive. I would say Robin Williams. Which streaming service would most likely feature your stand-up service?
There you go. You wanted a question about Netflix? You got a question about Netflix.
Okay. HBO Now, Crackle, Hulu, or Netflix? What the...
I think
Oh,
with
God.
I think with my kind of comedy quality, it would end up on Hulu, but I would like it to be on Netflix probably because it's the most kind of
Well, what's a
well-known
Hulu
widespread.
comedy specials like? I don't know how to compare like the difference between...
I think it's let's say more indie. I think more
Right.
kind of niche comics for niche audiences.
Right.
It's less popular. I think it belongs to Disney actually, but
Right.
they wouldn't put on their Disney Plus or whatever. It goes
Yeah.
to Hulu, something like that.
Right.
So it's either
HBO Now?
Netflix or HBO for me.
What's HBO Now though? Is that like the young up and is that like the new HBO?
I'm not sure about that specific one. I know they have HBO Plus, I think, which is their streaming service.
All right.
I'll go Netflix. Netflix is a standard comedy special platform.
I don't know what the hell Crackle is.
Never heard of it, so
No.
I wouldn't like to be
Netflix.
there. Just the fact I've never heard of it means that it wouldn't really help my career if I
Yeah.
put my special on there.
Yeah. So Netflix as well. Yeah. All right. Next one.
How many of your jokes take on racism? Hardly any of them, very few of them, a few of them, most of them.
Hardly any.
Hardly any of them.
Yeah.
Simple. We're just clean, nice, clean Christian comics.
Sure. How likely are you to take on sexism in your comedy routine? I might talk about it a little bit. I don't think I'll go there. I'll probably get a few jokes in on it. That will be a focal point of my routine.
I might talk about it a bit. I think when I talk about
Yeah.
some gender stereotypes and some differences in behavior, relationship, whatever, man, women, but I don't think I'll go kind of into a deep analysis.
No, but we're talking about sexism, like people treating other people like shit and women. I've done a little bit. I'd say I'll probably get a few jokes in on it, but it won't have to be a focal point.
All right, and we are reaching the end of this quiz. The next question is... Oh, you haven't chosen
Oh,
yet?
no, we're going.
Oh, okay. Which role on Saturday Night Live fits you the best? Host, writer, critic, cast member.
Cast member.
Host. Maybe writer, but I'll go with host.
Yeah.
I'll go with host. You go with
Cast member.
cast member.
Yeah.
An actor, the little sketches they do.
Oh.
All right. Oh, interesting. I'm very curious. Don't say it yet. You got your answer, right? You got
Yep.
your comic. Is it a man or a woman?
Man.
Oh, so we got different ones, despite having, I wouldn't say many, but some answers the same. So you got...
Oh, I got Louis C.K.
Very interesting.
So it says, you walk the line between extremely sweet and horribly inappropriate on a regular basis. You are known for injecting disgusting material in with jaw-dropping timing, constantly keeping your audience on their toes, and sometimes even on their heels. Your self-deprecation can be brutally honest, and you charm the world by sharing your weaknesses and raw humanity. Yeah, actually, I think the prostate thing, the Richard part story, even with the cats and dogs,
Yeah,
and the sexual fantasies.
if someone asked me basically compare David to a famous comic, I wouldn't say Louis C.K., but his description of your style and stuff quite fits you, I would say.
Yeah.
All right, so I got, and you would not believe this, Tina Fey.
Wow. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I can kind of see that in the style. Like, read it. What does it say?
So it says, you get a kick out of the unusual personalities that populate our world, highlighting their ridiculousness by normalizing them into everyday situations. You are a champion for women's rights, using your intelligence and wit to advance feminist principles. Wow. That they got all this from one answer from one question about feminism. You are very self-deprecating, but audience have fallen in love with your nerdy charm. There is some truth in there. I would say maybe the feminism part, because I guess it's a female comic that they've used as a comic that would laugh at my jokes. But the rest, I would say, is pretty spot on.
Yeah. Actually, I don't mind that. So, okay, that wasn't a total waste of time. I mean, it was, but it was fun waste of time.
But not only our time.
Yes.
So,
thank you for letting us waste your time. This is the Comedy Kiosk. You can find us also. You can make comments, leave comments on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. And also, if you want to donate some money, please go to Patreon. We're there at the Comedy Kiosk. And if you cannot afford to give us a little help, then please share it. Share it with your friends, share it with people, and have some fun. And please post your results for your attempt at the quiz, or if you agree or disagree with us.
Yeah, let us know which comic you got. Let us know, is it correct? And if anyone has the same comics we got, then let us know about that as well, because we would like to find our comic soulmates around the world.
Right. So, thank you for listening. I'm David Munoz.
And I'm Igor Monday.
Ciao.
Goodbye.